Hey friends, in this video, we are going to go through my step-by-step process of looking up sell-through rate and comps. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned.
Boss ladies on the grind every single time. From Vegas to new, they got the fashion view. Step into their world, you feel brand new. Got Gucci, got Prada, got everything you crave. Their passion for fashion is what they bravely gave. Brazil getting strong and the ladies in command. 3 Queens Brazil taking over the land.
Hey friends, it's Stephanie from 3 Queens Resell. And if you are new here, thanks for joining. I am a full-time reseller who sells on Poshmark, Ebay, Mercari, and Depop. And if you are a reseller bestie, you've been here for a long time, welcome. I do appreciate you for following me on my reseller journey and going through this reboot of our reseller business with me. So we are going to get right into it today. I am going to share with you just a quick, because I've gotten lots of messages about it, how I find sell-through rate. So since my reboot, sell-through rate is what guides our resale business now. So I look at the sell-through rate, and what sell-through rate is an overview of what supply is out there versus the demand for that item. So if you are looking to resell something and there are 100 listed, but only one has sold in the last 90 days, then that is not going to have a good sell-through rate because the market is already saturated. Same thing in the converse. If there's only one listed, but 100 have sold in the past 90 days, that means as soon as one hits the market, it sells. So that's going to have a really good sell-through rate, and those are the brands that we want to consider. So one of the questions that I have been asked frequently is, how do I look up sell-through rate, and then what sell-through rate is acceptable for me? I have only been on this journey for about 3 weeks where I've let sell-through rate guide my business. So to be honest, friends, I still go back and forth like each week with it. Like I'm fluid. Of course, the closer to 100% sell-through rate, the better. But since I primarily shop at the Goodwill bins and my cost of goods is really low because I source there, and I have lots of space in my resale area. In my inventory room, I have lots of space, so I can hold inventory for a while. So all of those factors play into how long can you sit on something. I am looking for items that can flip for between $15 and $30, and I would like them to flip within 90 days. I would like to turn our closet over 4 times in a year. So with that being said, this past week, I really focused on 50% like sell-through rate, and it is very stressful and very hard to meet that. So depending on the item, I've gone as low as 30% for in-season items. I think 30%, 35% is a slower sell-through rate, but it's still doable. I would stay away from anything lower than 30%. And when you look up what's a good sell-through rate on Google, it says 50% and up. So if you are out there sourcing, and I don't know who puts that info into Google, but so if you're out there sourcing, just try to hit that 50% mark. So I'm going to stop talking and I am going to share with you some things that we are going to check out. So one of the things that I get is a lot of free inventory. And I used to list every free item that I could. Everything that everybody gave me, I listed every item. Under my new policy, we are not doing that. So my daughter's friend, Alice, who is like my third daughter, they've been besties since 4th grade. Whenever she comes home, changes seasons, whenever she comes home from school, she always goes through her closet and gives me all of her do not wants. So I have a basket of things over here that she has donated to me. I might include it in my stock photo. And so I just pulled 3 off the top. So a lot of these are just like cute little like crop tops like this little like tiered tunic dress, and these like sweatpants. So like college girl, like casual, college girl, cute club casual type pieces. And so a lot of it, I'm like, maybe I should just donate it to Plato's Closet. But I thought this would be a good stack of things to go through to see what the resale or the sell-through rate is. So we're going to start off with this top. So it's a little crop top, nothing special. The brand is Zara. So I'm going to pop over to my computer and I'm going to take you through the process of looking up the comps. So first, here we are. Welcome to the eBay site. And I just type in the search bar a general description. So Zara crop top. And I'm going to type in the size too. I just had to double check what it was. So it is a size small. And then we're going to search. And it brings up 8,500 Zara crop tops. So we're going to filter by condition right away. So we're only going to bring it down to the pre-owned, and that cuts it in half to 47. And then we start selecting filters on the left-hand side of the screen. So I select filters until I'm at around 100. So it's sleeveless, because it could be a crop top with sleeves. It's multicolor. And it's a tank top. And so that gets me down to about 50. So now we're going to go and check how many of these are available in the sold. So we have 50 that are available for sale, but how many of them have actually sold? So we're going to click sold and completed, and there are 9 that are sold. So in my head, now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is how I've kind of seen it play out. One of the ways I've seen people figure it is there are 9 available. So over the course of 90 days, 9 have sold. That's an average 3 a month. Okay. And there are 50 available. So in order for me to think this was a good So in order for me to think that was a good sell-through rate, I would need to see half of what was listed sold in the last 90 days. Okay, because then it's a reasonable assumption that the other half will sell just as quickly, because that's the consistent demand. Now we are in the start of spring and summer, so Zara crop tops could start selling quicker. So you got to keep that in the old noggin. So figure that in. It's not an exact science, friends. It just is practice. But when we looked at those, the price point was all over the place. So I think I could reasonably expect to get for this Zara crop top between $10 and $15. So that is under the threshold that I am looking for. So she's going to go to Plato's Closet. And that is how I kind of work through sell-through rate. Now I'll show you a different way using Terrapeak. So second item, I'll go through the process using Terrapeak. These are Signature 8 sweatpants. So you have a wide leg, pockets, elastic waistband. So we'll pop back over to the computer and we'll look these up using Terrapeak. Okay, this is Terrapeak, and we get there by going to the eBay Seller Hub and then over to the Research tab. You're going to type in the item that you're looking for, just like you did on the other eBay, and I use last year because normally I use this for out of season items, just so I can get a full year view of it. If there are any items that have sold, they're going to appear down below. None of these items have sold in the last year. So could be a couple of things. So this gives us the data on this item, the active ones. So the average listing price for the active ones is $13.05, and they're listed between $9.09 and $17. The average shipping is $6.87. Nobody's offering free shipping, and two have sold, and both of them or two are listed, and both of them are promoted. So when you look at the two that are listed and you look at their start date of their listing, this one is 2022 and this one is 2023 of September. So the very fact that these have been listed for a long time and haven't sold, that would be a reason for me not to consider listing this item, as well as the fact that the average listing price is lower than I expect to get for my average sell price. So this just helps you look at items like over a long view. So it's up to you to decide which method that you want to use, whether it is just searching them through eBay or going through Terrapeak. I like to go old school style because I'm still learning, and search it through eBay, and kind of filter out, because in the filtering, sometimes you see that a size makes the difference or a color makes the difference in an item. So our last item that we're going to do today is this Urban Outfitters little baby doll dress, mini dress. And so we'll use my traditional way that I do, then we'll use Terrapeak so we can go through the steps for each again. So this is my favorite way, the old school way. We are going to type in Urban Outfitters baby doll dress, size small. We search, we have 628 listings, okay? So my goal is to try to get that down to 100. We're gonna sort by size and make sure we have pre-owned. I normally do pre-owned first because that knocks a bunch off right away. And then we're going to sort by color. I couldn't really find a color that worked best because this is a burnt orange. So we're going to just leave color blank and just, well, I went and tried to investigate, but we are not going to use a color because I want to get as close to this as I can. And if you pick something that isn't close enough to what you have, it'll skew your results. This is sleeveless though, so we're going to go with that. And we see we have a 34. And so now we're going to check out this, how many we have sold. And there are 6 sold. For this to be something that I would consider listing, I would need to see closer to 18, 20 sold for me to want to list this. 6 sold within the last 90 days, so maybe 2 a month. However, the prices of the ones here have sold for within my range. So if it doesn't go to Plato's Closet, I will list it and just try to price aggressively. Now I'm going to, so from the beginning, you want to click on eBay and you want to be in the seller hub, go to research and then type in your item. This is how we use Terrapeak. And we're going to look at the same information but in a year-long view. This is extremely helpful for items that are out of season that you might source. So in the last year, there have been all of these that have sold. So in the last year, 29 items have sold for an average sale price of $20.36. Now you might remember that there are currently 36. available. But only 29 have sold in the whole last year. So that is definitely not a good sell-through rate. And the prices all over the place from $4.75 to $39. The average shipping cost and the percent that has free shipping, and the fact that there are only 29 that have sold. I do take a scan down through the ones that have sold and what if there's any similar to mine and what they were listed for. Just in case it doesn't sell at Closed Mentor or the consignment shop, and then I can just list it, even though it's going to sit for a while. So here's what's active. The active, there are 103 active. Remember, we are looking at the whole year, what's active, and we haven't sorted by color or anything. The average sale price is $26.57, and there is just a lot available, and only 29, 3 times the amount are available than have sold in the last year. Something to consider, this data I think is good for, is to compare the sold price to the average active price, because the average active price is always a lot higher. This is $26.57. The sold was at $20. So try to, if you want your item to sell quickly, make the $20.36 your low and the $26 be your high. Try to find your price somewhere in the middle there. So whether you decided to use the Terrapeak search method or kind of go old school and look it up, there is no exact science as far as I've determined to sell-through rate. Of course, there's going to be outliers to everything, but I feel like the sell-through rate gives you a good guide as to whether this is going to flip quickly or can you expect to hang on to it for a while. For example, with this Urban Outfitters dress, with over 100 smalls being currently listed, it makes sense for me to at least try to sell it at the consignment shop. This was donated to me. I don't have any money into it. So if I can get $4 or $5 for it at the consignment shop and reinvest that in my business, that's probably going to be more profitable for what I'm trying to do right now than to wait for a year, 2 years for it to sell for $20. And that because there's like nothing special. Now, if this was sequins or beaded or something more special about it, maybe I would consider listing it. So hopefully going through the 2 different ways that I use to find sell-through rate are beneficial for you. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If there's another way you want me to show to do it, I'm learning each day, and as I learn, I'm trying to pass the information on to you guys so we can all learn together. Like, this is a reboot process. I don't want to do it alone. So hopefully it's helpful to you as well. But we do need to make sure that we're working smarter than harder in finding items that we can guarantee are going to flip quickly. And regardless of the size of where you source at, your sourcing availability, I think it's important to have a handle on how quickly you can expect things to sell. And that's what sell-through rate is. So thank you guys so much for joining. I'll be back tomorrow with an update on the numbers for over the weekend for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I hope you are enjoying this beautiful Mother's Day. And I will see you in the next one.
3 Queens, Brazil, where the deals just shine. Boss ladies on the grind every single time. From victims to new, they got the fashion view. Step into their world, you feel brand new. Got Gucci, got Prada, got everything you crave. Their passion for fashion is what they bravely gave. Brazil game strong and the ladies in command. 3 Queens, Brazil, taking over the land.